From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Wednesday, July 2nd. We begin tonight with a Lincoln woman who could spend up to 31 years in prison for a deadly drunk driving crash. 41-year-old Deanna Dietz pleaded no contest to motor vehicle homicide with a prior DUI. Police say she crossed the median on 84th Street last June, killing an Uber driver and injuring a passenger. Her blood alcohol level was 0.15 2 hours after the crash. And in Omaha, our sister station reports 2 years after a brutal rape in Memorial Park, the now 15-year-old offender has completed treatment and returned home under a strict court-ordered plan. As the first Nebraska teen sent to a Utah sex offender facility, he couldn't be placed in foster care and now lives with family. Conditions include an ankle monitor, 4 p.m. curfew, no unsupervised internet, and daily check-ins. When he returns to school this fall, he'll face added restrictions, including no bedroom door lock and assigned front seating on the bus. Meanwhile, the case against former Seward County Deputy Anthony Gann is moving forward. The 29-year-old is charged with manslaughter in the shooting of Jorge Luis Santana Ramirez after a chase on I-80 last year. Deputies believe Santana Ramirez was armed, but no gun was found. A judge denied his motion to dismiss. Gann's arraignment is set for July 16th. Back in Lincoln, 37-year-old Lucretia Bryson was arrested in connection to a shooting at NP Mart near 28th and O Streets last Friday. Police say she shot a man in the leg during an attempted robbery. SWAT arrested her early this morning and recovered 2 loaded guns. Bryson faces robbery, assault, and gun charges. And a 34-year-old Lincoln man is accused of sending explicit content to someone he thought was a 15-year-old girl, but was actually an undercover officer. Luke Woodrawll was arrested this morning at the Sunken Gardens, where he had agreed to meet. He now faces a felony child enticement charge. Switching gears now to state news, Nebraska saw a nearly 8% rise in abortions last year. The same year, voters approved a constitutional ban after the first trimester. That's according to the Nebraska Examiner. State data shows at least 2,500 abortions were performed in 2024, 176 more than the previous year. Since 2020, Nebraska's annual abortion numbers have remained fairly steady, ranging between 2,300 and 2,500. Also in state news, Nebraska authorities are urging rural drivers to slow down. In Hamilton County, a driver crashed into a tractor, likely due to tall corn obstructing their view. Officials are now reminding drivers to slow down at those rural intersections. Meanwhile, as federal lawmakers weigh potential cuts to SNAP, a Nebraska mother is speaking out about the program that once helped her family survive.
I worked 3 jobs while on SNAP. A lot of times, the jobs that were available and that I had the education for were lower paying jobs, and so they were minimum wage jobs, or maybe $2 over minimum wage, very, very little, and so it wasn't enough.
Now, President Trump's budget bill aims to extend and expand his 2017 tax cuts by cutting funding to programs like SNAP.
If cuts go through with the SNAP program, that's going to impact kids eating free meals at schools as well. And those kids are likely going to go hungry.
SNAP helps low-income families buy groceries and qualifies their kids for those free school lunches, their most nutritious meal. The bill is now in the House. Lastly, in much lighter news, excitement is building in Seward as the world's largest time capsule is set to be officially opened Friday, exactly 50 years after it was sealed. The capsule was the vision of Harold Davison, who wanted his grandchildren to remember him and preserve a snapshot of life in 1975. Inside, a 1975 Chevy Vega and thousands of letters from the public. The Guinness Book of World Records did recognize it as the largest time capsule in 1977. The vault has already been opened, but the full public reveal is set for July 4th. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.